Hi, this is Marek from Tryb Solo. Today I want to tell you more about Fliptown, game published by Right Stuff Games, and thanks publisher for sending this game for review. This is a flip and write game, Wild West flip and write game, and you will go to mine, go to towns, go to Badlands. You will be able to steal cows and rob trains and dig some graves, everything that you can dream of in the Wild West setting. Now I will show you how the game plays, and then I will tell you my opinion on this game. This is Fliptown prepared for play. The basic thing that each player gets is this dry erase board. It's really cool. You can use your dry erase marker to write on it, and then you will just erase it. So you have Fliptown, different sections: trail, Badlands, mine, town, and cemetery. The game lasts 3 rounds. Each round contains 5 turns, so the whole game will last for 15 turns. After that, you will calculate your score. You will also use a deck of standard playing cards. This deck is included with the game. You could of course use any deck. This is just a regular playing deck. And you have some other cards on the left and right. Not all the cards are used in every play mode, because you can play this game solo, or you can play this game from 2 to 4 players. When you play with more players, each player gets the map, the dry erase board. If you play a multiplayer game, you will have to use the bounty cards, and the bounty cards are like a special objective that each player can complete during the game. The first player that completes each objective, each bounty card, gets 7 victory points, and the remaining player, if they complete the card, they can get 4 points. So the sooner you complete the card, the better. So bounty cards are used in a multiplayer game, not in a solo game. You also have this deck of character cards. This is like an optional thing. You can give each player a random character card, and the card will show you the starting resources and a special ability. So the game will become more like asymmetrical, because each player will have a different starting resources and different special ability. The bounty cards, you use 3 of them. You have more of them in the game box, so each time you play the game you will have different bounty cards. But as I said, in the solo mode you will not use the bounty cards, but in the solo mode of course you can use the character cards if you want. At the start of each round of the game you have to shuffle the deck of cards, of course. Then the first thing that you will do, you will place 1 card from the top face down to the side, and this is the sheriff card. At the end of the round you will reveal this card, and you will see if the sheriff will arrest you or not. I will explain it a little later. And then at the start of each turn of the game, remember there are 5 turns per round and there are 3 rounds in total. At the start of each turn you will reveal 3 cards from this deck, and you will have to decide which card will be your suit card, which card will be your value card, and which card will be your poker card. And this is very important, because the suit card shows which section of the player board you can use. You have trial, you have Badlands, you have mine, you have town, and there is cemetery that you can always use if you don't like any of the cards randomly revealed during each turn. If you want to go to trial, you have to use hearts. Here you have to use spades. Here you have to use diamonds, and here you have to use hearts. So in this case, for example, we could say that this card is our suit card, and we will go to town. The next card that you have to choose is your value card, because as you see, each section of the board that you have chosen depending on the suit card has got different card values, and the value of the card shows which action in each section you can take. In the Badlands, for example, if you choose a card with value 2, 3 or 4, you can try to steal a chicken. 5, 6, 7, you can try to steal a cow. In the mine, depending on the value, you can go deeper down the mine and you can choose left or right path. In the city, Depending on the value, you can go to different buildings. Here, depending on the value, you can move further down the trail to mark different sections and gain bonuses. The last card from the three is your poker card. Each turn you will write down which card you have chosen. So at the end of the round you will have 5 poker cards shown here. And depending on the cards, you can gain bonuses. This works like in a poker game. If you have 1 pair, for example, you will gain 2 coins and 1 victory point. But if you manage to get royal flush, you will get 10 coins and 9 victory points. So each turn you have to decide which card to place in your poker section on the board, because you can get bonuses at the end of the round. Don't worry if you don't know how to play poker, the rulebook explains everything. So what are the sections here? We have trial, we'll go from left to right, depending on the value you will be able to mark different sections. In this game, always when you go somewhere, you will mark it like this. And for example, if you go here, we can go to cemetery and we will get 1 point. The sections that you skipped during in this section, you have to cross out. You will not be able to go back. In the Badlands, you can try to steal something, or you can even rob a train. The higher the value of the card, the bigger robbery you can make. But there's also bigger chance that you will get caught. For example, if you want to rob or steal this cow, we have marked this value with card 6, and if we are successful, we get 2 wanted posters and 4 coins, 4 victory points and 3 coins. And if we want to steal this cow with value 6, we have to reveal the top card from this deck. It's 9. If this card that we have revealed is equal or higher than this number here, we are successful and we get, of course, the victory points and the money. If the cards will be lower, we will still get the wanted posters, we will get half of the victory points, and we get no money. So you always get something, but of course it's better if you are successful. In the mine, depending if you choose the left or right path, you will get different bonuses. You have to start at the top. So for example, in one turn we go here, next turn we go here, next turn we go here, and go from top to bottom. If you want to choose a second path, of course you can, but you have to start from the top again. If you manage to go to the bottom, you will get some additional victory points. The silver ones here, these are points that you get at the end of the game. For example, here you get 1 point per circle building in the town, or 1 point per circled mine. So here, so these are additional objectives or points that you can get at the end of the game. If you go to the town, depending on the value of the card, you can visit different buildings. I will not explain all the buildings, they give you different things. Some buildings are like mini games. This one here will cross different sections, like in a Tetris game. You have to pay coins to cross a specific shape. Here, for example, you can buy a pistol or even upgrade your pistol to a rifle, and you will have a bigger chance to do a robbery during the Badlands section. For example, I know here you can pay to remove your wanted level or lower it, so the sheriff will not catch you. If you go to a building, you have to mark it. There's always a bonus action that you can take for the first time when you go to a building. You have to cross it and do the bonus action. And the last thing here is the cemetery. If you don't like any of the cards, either the suit and value or the value card from the 3 cards revealed each turn, you can just go to the cemetery, and the first starting tomb is already circled. You have to choose one other tomb, you will circle it, you will gain 1 wanted point, and if there is a bonus between 2 circled tombs, you can cross it and you gain what it says here. You will get 2 gold and you will mark it here. As you have seen, you will get cash and you will get gold and you will get stars during the game. Cash is important because you need cash to buy different things in the town. Gold is important because you can cross 2 gold or pay 2 gold to change the suit of the card you have chosen, or you can pay 1 gold to increase or decrease the value of a card. Stars are just victory points, and the wanted posters are this is like your wanted level. The more circled posters you have here, the bigger chance the sheriff will catch you, because at the end of the turn, not at the turn, at the end of the whole round, after 5 turns, you will first check what is your poker hand. So each turn you have placed 1 card. Let's say we have ace here, ace this, 2 this, 4 this, and 6 this, for example. So in this case we'll only have 1 pair because we have 2 aces, and we'll get 2 coins and 1 victory point. Then after this there is the income phase. In the game you can also get gold pans. Each circled pan will give you 1 gold at the end of the round. Each circled hammer will give you 2 money at the end of the round. And after that you have to check if the sheriff arrested you. Let's say we have 3 wanted posters. You will reveal this card that was placed down at the start of the game, and you will see what is the value of the card. It's 4. If the value of the card is equal or higher to your wanted level, you are safe. If the value of this card is lower than your wanted level, you have to pay. Depending on the route, you have to pay either cash, you can pay with cash, or you can pay with victory points. The higher the round number, the more you have to pay. So this is the end of the round. You will have to reshuffle all the cards, and you will play the second round, and you will play the third round. At the end of the game, you will get 1 victory point for each 4 coins that you didn't spend, 1 victory point for 2 gold that you didn't spend. You will get points for the silver stars from either the mine or from some buildings in the town, and you will get points for each star that you manage to cross during the game, and the player with most victory points wins the game. This is in multiplayer mode. Of course, you can get also points from these bounty cards. If you play solo, you can play just with the regular rules without the bounty cards, and then at the end of the game you can count your points and compare it to this last page of the rulebook, final ranking, and you will see how well you played. But if you don't like to play games with, beat your own score and victory condition, you can play against a bot. You have 4 different bots in the game. They all score differently and they have different ability. If you play against a bot, they have a special ability that is triggered only when a specific suit card is present in a lineup each turn. If the special ability activates, the bot has a chance to steal 1 card from this deck. Also, at the end of the game, the bot will score points for each unmarked, uncircled area in trail or badlands or mine or town, depending on the bot. For example, this bot will score 4 points for each uncircled space in the mine, and 3 points for each uncircled building in the town. Other bots, they have different order here. Also, the bot will get points for stolen cards. They have 3 difficulty levels, so easy, normal, hard. The higher difficulty, the more buildings or the more sections the bot will score, and will get more points for each stolen cards. If you use the character cards from the game, the bot will get additional points, and you have to count the points from the bot. If you have more points, you have won. If bot has more points, the bot has won. So in the solo mode, you can either play just for fun and just to score points and see if you manage to beat your previous high score, or you can play a competitive game against a bot. This is how you play Fliptown. Here are my pros and cons of Fliptown. What are the pros? Very nice production quality. You have dry erase boards, dry erase markers. You get a good quality deck of cards. So for such a small game, it's really cool. You don't need any sheets of paper that you will write on. Dry erase boards for a flip and ride game is a perfect solution. As for the gameplay, I like the variety in this game. You have 5 different regions that you can go to: the town, the Badlands, the town, the mine. You have cemetery and trial. So a lot of different sections that you can visit. You cannot visit all the sections in each game. So each time you play the game, you will have a different strategy. So it's really cool. I really like the use of the deck of cards, that each turn you reveal 3 cards and you have to choose 1 card for the suit and 1 card for the value and 1 for your poker hand. So even though it's random, you have a choice in a way, and you can also spend gold to change the suit and change the value of the card. So it's not entirely random. And the use of a deck of cards is very clever, and it's also very thematic because it's a Wild West game, and I can imagine a saloon and cowboys playing cards. So this is really nice. There are a lot of modules that you can add to the game, so it's also interesting. If you play a 2 to 4 player game, you have these bounty cards that give you additional objective that you can finish. There are character cards that you can give each player, and each player will start with a different starting resources and different ability. This is nice. You can play with a different poker hand variant, because you can use this Texas Hold'em variant where you deal each player 2 additional cards, and at the end of the round, between the 2 cards that you were given at the start of the round and the 5 written on your player board, you pick 5 cards that are your poker hand. If you play solo, you have 2 solo modes. You can play beat your own score game and just count points and compare to your previous results, or you can play against bots and you have an opponent, so you can play against. Really nice. What are the cons of the game? Everything is very small. The board is maybe not that small, but it has got a lot of details. They use a very small font, and sometimes it's hard to read what's written on the player board. The player board would need to be twice the size as it is now to be comfortable to read everything. So if you have problems with your eyes and you don't like small fonts and reading small text, I don't know if Fliptown will be fun for you, because it's really small and tiny. And another con for me, but maybe a con for competitive players, is that even though it's from 1 to 4 players, this is basically a solo game in my opinion. Even if you play with 2, 3 or 4 players, there's not really a lot of player interaction. There are the objective cards, the bounty cards, and the first player that completes a bounty gets 7 points, this other player gets 4 points, but this is not a lot. You cannot do anything to other players, you cannot rob other players or steal some things from them. Each player sits on a chair and plays their own game. So this is basically a multiplayer solo game. I really like Fliptown. It's in my opinion, really fun and cool and thematic flip and ride game. I like roll and ride and flip and ride games. My favorite is Flip the Dice game, and Fliptown reminds me a lot of Flip the Dice game. It's not as easy as, for example, Cartographers, but it's also not as complex as, for example, Hadrian's Wall. This is like a, you could say, middleweight flip and ride game. When I play solo, it takes me about 30 minutes to finish it. It's a really great time to play a small game like this, but during the 30 minutes, I have a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions to make, and it's really fun. The Wild West theme is also really well made. When you rob trains or steal cows or dig graves, you have the wanted level goes up and the sheriff can catch you. You can go to the mine, you can go to the town, you have different mini games in the town. It's really nice. You can play some Ennio Morricone music in the background and you will feel like in the Wild West. I really like the game. If you like flip and ride games, you should definitely try it. That's basically it. Click the like button if you like the video, subscribe to my channel. You can visit me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I will leave a link in the description of the video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.